Alright guys, we're back with another movie review. Gotta show dedication to this channel. Sorry, it's kind of bland right now. I'm still trying to set up some things with my studio. Hopefully something will be up there soon. I'm actually thinking about making a custom like THANE TV logo up here, which would be really cool to have, but it's like $50, so you guys are just gonna have to wait on that. So today we're gonna go see The Black Phone 2, and guys, I'm very skeptical. You guys are gonna hate me for my opinion here. I don't think that there needed to be a sequel to this. I adored the first Black Phone. I thought it was a very good movie. Ethan Hawke did really good in the movie, and the kid acting was on point. I don't know where the fuck you could tell the story from there, but they found a way to bring him back in this supernatural form. Now, I hear this is a hit or miss with the supernatural aspect, and I'm okay, I guess, with turning him into Freddy Krueger, but at the same time, it should have just been a one-time thing. So I'm going in very skeptical but open-minded. I wouldn't be surprised if I came out really not being a huge fan of this movie. And if I am, it's just my opinion, guys. If you guys enjoy this movie, that's completely on you. I just don't think I'll enjoy it. If I do, I'll be shocked. So, alrighty, let's go. Alright guys, we're here to see The Black Phone 2, so let's go see it. Guys, I know we're like 30 minutes early, but if it stays like this, the theater's empty right now. I might enjoy this. Well guys, that was The Black Phone 2, and some of you might not like my opinion about this movie. I thought it was a little disappointing. And it's not exactly what I feared. I think they did something new and creative, so I respect the hell out of them, but it just didn't work for me, guys. It was just okay. It was like a 6 out of 10 at best. There's good qualities, and there's strong qualities, but it just didn't carry the movie, in my opinion. So, let's get reviewing. Alright guys, well, this is probably going to be a controversial review. I do not understand when people say that this is way better than the first, because it is such a downgrade in my opinion. Now, I'm going to start off with the positives. And then I want to get into the negatives that actually legitimately piss me off about this movie, which some of you might not like, but again, it's just my opinion. So, would I recommend this movie for die-hard Black Phone fans? If you just want a one-and-done movie like I did, if you're interested in seeing the franchise go kind of in the more supernatural route, this might be your kind of movie, but it just didn't do it for me, guys. And oh boy, Carson's gonna be pretty mad about that because he loved it, liked it better than the first. I don't know if he has a review. I know he has probably a short, but yeah, okay, so with my positives, the directing of the movie is a lot better. It's well directed. I gotta say, it's very dark, it's very gritty, it keeps that style very well. The phone calls, the phone scenes are really creepy. It gives you kind of the same movie vibe as the first one, but with a little bit of supernatural sprinkled in with that. I'll get back onto that later. Another positive is these younger actors, Mason something, I can't remember his name, but the girl actress as well, guys, they are going to be like great actors, good actors of this generation. Same thing with like Jen Ortega, you know, all those Gen Z fucking actors, or Alpha Gen, whatever you want to call it. I think their acting performance is better than the first. I like Finn in this movie better than the first. And it did actually kind of give the grabber more of an origin story, and it answered some questions I never really asked, but it also kind of connected it to the first, so I appreciate that. At least there's a reason, you know, for this change. So I like that attempt, and I like that they didn't just go like fucking balls off the walls crazy and just say, yep, the grabber's gonna turn into Freddy Krueger. No fucking explanation, it just happens. They actually like connect it. It's kind of like as the movie progressed, I understood it more, but the beginning I did not understand it at all. And this is where I'm gonna start talking about my. Oh, actually, hold on. Ethan Hawke, scarier in this one than he is. Like, no doubt about that. He does an awesome job in this movie. Fucking phenomenal. Really good job on his part. He did better than the first, and I think most of the performances are better than the first. I just think this movie's boring to sit through because it's just. Also, my main thing that I did not like about this movie was its filtering. This is a very hard movie to watch. And I don't mean that because of how dark and gritty. I mean, it is legitimately fucking hard to watch. Like, I get it. For, like, these dream sequences, you need, like, a different filter. And they went with this gritty style, and it's like unsaturated too much to the point where it also comes off blurry off the screen, and that just kind of took me out of the moment. So when you have these fucking badass scenes with like the grabber like chasing people with fucking axes in the dream, you don't even know what's going on. I mean, you get the setting, but you don't know what's going on because the screen's so fucking blurry. It's like, what that, like, what, like, it's confusing to me. It was just not my taste. I wish they would have went with a different filter. And I do like I said, I appreciate that choice that they actually went out of their way to make it seem like it was a dream sequence. But in A Nightmare on Elm Street, they didn't do that. And this is basically what this fucking is, Nightmare on Elm Street with the grabber. Like, they didn't do that. You kind of understood when the dream sequences were. But here, I mean, you definitely know it's a dream sequence. But when the next dream sequence comes, I kind of just sat back in my seat and I kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, great, we're going to watch another fucking 10 minutes of this scene. And these flashbacks, I think, drag out for a really long time. And it's hard to watch. It really is. It hurt my eyes. And, like, I had to, like, I don't know if it's, like, my eyesight. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. I have no idea. But I had to adjust to the screen so many times. This was a pitch black movie theater, too. Usually when there's darker, visually darker movies, you can usually see them in the dark because your eyes adjust to the dark. Which, like, for example, Alien vs. Predator, Requiem, or however you pronounce that. That right there was a dark movie. I mean, it was pretty bad, but it was a dark movie that if you watch in the dark, I feel like you can adjust. Here, it's so grainy and weird. And like I said, I appreciate the choice and try to, like, help the viewers do that. But you also miss the marks by making it not visually stunning to sit through. And it's so frustrating because I think there are good qualities to this movie. I really do. Like I said, the directing, I think the pacing's a little off too. I think some scenes were dragging on, and I'm like, guys, do something. So bored a little bit. I wasn't like sucked into the story as much as I was in the first one. And that's probably because of this grainy effect that they had on it, which took me out of the moment. It didn't make me interested. And when there were action scenes, right, with the grabber, like, fucking just, it was like Exorcist, you know, like this, the ladies swinging, and there's some really cool visuals, I think, with like the grabber like ripping off his jaw. That was cool as hell. The phone line going around the person's neck, spinning around and blood squirting out. Cool shit. But it ends so abruptly. And that was so frustrating for me. And I'm like, why that lasted for 2 minutes? And now we're going to go through another one of these stupid fucking flashbacks and go, it's like, come on. You can't, I get it. It's a fucking horror movie. And slow build matters. However, it just feels like the scenes they're ended so abruptly. And it's really irritating. It's really fucking irritating. And it sucks because I don't think this is an awful movie. But I do regret watching it. And it's just because I really liked the first one, and I hope you guys can understand. For those of you who like this movie better than the first, that is completely on you. That is your opinion, and I totally respect it. I don't know how you can make a sequel from this either. If they do, I have no idea where you would take this story. Spoilers ahead. The fucking grabber dies. They take all the power from him by retrieving these children's bodies, and I guess that gives him his power. It's in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is literally a Nightmare on Elm Street. And I don't want to compare these, and I'm not trying to compare these. But on the back of my mind, that's like, it's kind of sinking in, and I'm like, they're just kind of ripping it off. And I don't know why they decided to do that with the grabber. Why do you need a fucking sequel to this? Why do you need a franchise of this? Like, if you wanted a sequel, don't kill the grabber in the first movie. I don't think this was supposed to have a sequel. The first one just made banger bucks, and it was just it was very frustrating. But also, like I said, I was on the edge of my seat at the end. I do think that this movie is not awful. I just don't think it's such a downgrade from the first movie, in my opinion. And I hope you can understand and at least come to like my decision here. I'm gonna have to give this the bronze TV. I don't think it was awful. Like the first 40 minutes of the fucking movie, I was so bored out of my mind because I had so many taken out moments. I was kind of just like, ah, oh, please explain more and just do something with your story. It's all over the fucking place at first, and then as it goes on, it starts getting more, convoluted, and it does end up all adding up together at the end. However, it's not satisfying in any way. The ending was cool. I'll give it that. The ending was pretty cool. I was on the edge of my seat probably the most there. Like I said, everybody's performance made this movie its own. And maybe that's why people like it. It's because of its own idea and it's its own thing. I mean, Megan 2.0 tried to do a new thing with the franchise, right? But that had franchise material. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could take that movie and be like, oh yeah, we can make a franchise off of this. You look at the Black Phone and you're like, how? It's just unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. I'm gonna give this movie like a 6 out of 10 at best, because although I did like it, it kind of made me look back at the first and just how fucking good that movie is, and how much of a downgrade that is. And I'm really disappointed with this one. Like I said, it's still an okay movie. It's not an awful movie. It's a Blumhouse movie. Let's put it that way. It is a Blumhouse sequel that isn't as strong as its predecessor, and that's just my opinion. I didn't like this movie as much. That doesn't take away from how good the performances are. So, all my all to the actors, the directors, everything. It just didn't do it for me. And I know there's so many fucking people saying that this movie is good and it's better than the first, but I just didn't get that feeling, guys. The stylistic choice, I really, really didn't like it with the fucking grainy thing. And the nightmare scenes with the grabber were cool, but they ended so quickly. And it took me out of the moment. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Why do you have to end this? I want to see more shit like this. And then when you finally get interested and sucked into a story, they just kind of end it, and you're like, son of a bitch. Like, just kind of look at it from that perspective. That's what you're gonna go in with seeing this movie, dude. I mean, with Megan 2.0, they fucked up. I mean, they big time, for me at least. And maybe people like Megan 2.0, the tone of it, but it totally went against the first. And I was open. I was completely open to a Black Phone 2 sequel. And I was open to more of the supernatural aspects. But here, it doesn't work for me at all. Although the ending was very emotional. And I feel like that was one of the best scenes out of these two movies. And if they end it there, I would be okay with that. Please don't make a Black Phone 3, otherwise I'm gonna fucking scream. I really am. That ending was so powerful at the end. It's not like the final act between the grabber and that, it's this scene, emotional weight at the end of the scene. And the minute I heard who was over that phone, I actually got a little teary-eyed. I was like, oh, wow, they kind of got me there. And the reason why is, spoiler alert, it's their mom. And me and my mom don't really have the greatest relationship. I mean, I love her to death, but I just kind of pictured myself in that scenario, you know? My mom's not going to be here forever. And that scene kind of hit me. So that was about it though, guys. Otherwise, this movie wasn't really for me. And if you like this movie, that's okay. Just don't shit on me in the comments because I just gave this a bronze TV. I didn't like it that much, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.